Hey everybody, welcome to this instructional video, part of my playlist for my complete install, taking my Sun Dolphin Journey kayak, adding some customized upgrades. So tonight I'm going to walk through the CellBlok by Yakattack assembly. This is a pretty cool device that's going to go on top of that gear track that I mounted in the middle of the kayak in the previous video. This is going to actually have the transducer arm attached to it on the top, and inside will fit this 12-volt battery. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I have no idea how easy these are to assemble. There's tons of great videos on there, so I'm going to walk you through it step by step. So open this box up. One thing I do like about Yakattack is all the hardware comes with everything. So there's going to be a bottom plate. Should look like this, I believe, with the V. And I do believe, based on the instructions from what I've read online and other online videos, this will be the top plate with all these pre-drilled holes that you can kind of line up the transducer arm and the other accessories or fish finder mounts, and then you'll be just drilling the holes as you need them. So again, I'm going to take this bottom plate, have the V pointed towards me, and then there's going to be these two side pieces, and then these are going to be going away from me. These, again, this is where the cord will wrap around here, and there's these little notches here. So when I put these on, I'm going to make sure that the notches are facing this way, away from me. That way I can slide that back plate in. Now it looks like the back plate is just one flat piece, and then what looks like the front plate will be here. There's a little notch that this slides into, and I'm assuming this little notch here is where you can run the wires through, and then the top plate will go on top. And then there are 8 of these screws, and there's pre-drilled holes, so it should be pretty simple. So I'm going to take this and flip this over. And again, I think you're going to want to pre-plan, depending on where you put this on your kayak. You know, again, the cords are going to get wrapped around here from the battery and transducer arm. So most people will have this mounted on the outside versus the inside of the kayak, probably taking up a room. Again, mine's going to be kind of between where my feet are because of the way I had to mount it on the Journey. So for my kayak, I don't think it's going to matter too much. So, all right, I'm going to lay this down. Again, V's pointed to me, the two side pieces, and the 2 grooves I'm going to want to be on the inside to allow that plate to slide in. So I'm just going to take this and flip this. And again, all the holes are pre-drilled, so I'm going to use a Phillips. I'm just going to go ahead and tighten these down. I'm just going to give these a quick tighten. Alrighty, simple enough. I'm going to flip this back over. I have these facing away from me, and we'll slide this back plate down in. Okay, fits nice and snug right into the grooves. And now we can assemble the next part. Okay, so the next step after assembling this, now I did kind of jump around and go a little bit out of order, is you could do this first or you could do this after that assembly like I did. Next step is to get everything pre-drilled as far as what you want to mount on the CellBlok, as far as fish finders, other accessories, or the switchblade transducer arm. So I'm going to go ahead and get this lined up, and they do say you're going to need a 3/16 drill bit. So I'm going to go ahead, open this up. This is a switchblade transducer arm. Okay, ran up, grabbed the Allen key, so now I can take off these bolts right there and be able to get to the holes that are going to attach to this top plate. Also, too, I wanted to run out and double check the kayak to see where I exactly wanted the placement for this. At first, I was a little nervous. If you watch my prior video, the gear track for the CellBlok, I kind of mounted up towards my feet, right by those 2 foot brackets. I didn't have any room on the journey to, there wasn't any flat surfaces on the side to mount the track to, so I had to get a little crafty and put it there in between. I was kind of worried that the transducer arm wouldn't be long enough. It actually looks like it'll be just perfect, but I kind of wanted to get a feel for where I wanted things placed. So for me, I'm gonna mount the the reel part here, my right hand side. So this will actually go in the back. And then this top cover, this thing will get mounted. It looks like you'll go in like an L pattern. So there'll be 3 holes to drill depending on where you want them. So I guess you just have to kind of line it up where you think it'll fit best for you, where it'll work for you. Then you're gonna drill out those 3 holes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this off. So it'll be these 2 holes right here. Okay, so now that I got the cap part off, I'm going to go ahead and you're going to want to take these nuts and put them back in there, so that way when you go to put this back on and bolt these back down, they're already in there, because you're going to affix this to this top plate. So now I have everything all lined up. I'm going to top right hand side for me. Let's see, so we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Again, instructions 3/16 drill bit. Some rough edges here, so I'm going to just try to clean this. Clean out the hole a little bit, make that fit a little better. The transducer arm, the switchblade, I just kind of took these ones out. They're the 3 smaller ones. These are going to be the mounting ones. And then these are going to go in the back. So just flip these over and where you drilled, Slide these in. Sit down nice and snug. Go ahead and put this bracket back on. Okay, so that's where that will get fastened to. And then depending on, you can mount these right to the track. I'm going to mount mine right here. And then you can place the remaining screws, and then the CellBlok should be good to go. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. That has been the complete assembly of the CellBlok, how I'm going to mount it for my kayak. Again, I think with yours, you'll just want to do some pre-planning where you want stuff mounted and so forth. The next steps in the next subsequent videos will be attaching the Humminbird fish finder and then getting the transducer arm hooked up, as well as the battery. So stay tuned for those. Hopefully these are helping you all. I know it's been a little bit of a journey for me, so stay tuned and we'll get this all assembled and see how it all works and test it out on the water. All right, take care. Good luck out there.